So Boruto Chapter 65 has sparked a lot of debate in the community, and one such debate is whether Kawaki has a reconstructed version of iShhiki's karma, or is it just a new scientifically engineered karma from Amado. I think it's a little bit of both, but I'll explain why in today's video. So without further ado, let's go. 'To understand what I'm about to tell you, we first need to go back to chapter 59 of Boruto titled Night. This was directly following the aftermath of the iShhiki battle, which prior to that Kawaki had lost his karma due to iShhiki being forced to resurrect in Jigen's dying body. Now this all stemmed from Kawaki saying, "Even though I'm not a vessel anymore," and Amado replying by saying that, "Your assessment there is wrong, you misunderstand. You are still Otsutsuki iShhiki's vessel, Kawaki, and that will never change. iShhiki's soul may have been extinguished, eliminating any chance of him possessing you, but it doesn't change the fact that you are his vessel. Your body remaining Otsutsukified is proof of that. That's your reality, you need to accept it." So what this reveals to us is that Kawaki is still iShhiki's vessel by way of him still being Otsutsukified. The key thing I want you to take from this is that it specifically said that he is iShhiki's vessel. Now if you go back to chapter 46 titled True Identity, we'll realize that Amado already laid the groundwork for this being the case. He said that during the battle, Momoshiki converted himself into data, replicated himself, and implanted that into Boruto's body. Do you understand? In short, karma is a highly compressed Otsutsuki backup file. What this means is that karma already has 100% of the Otsutsuki parasite's power. It just needs time to download that power and DNA into your body. The reason why this is important is that a lot of people believe that karma would stop progressing if the Otsutsuki's soul is extinguished, or that once you have the karma, you now have the Otsutsuki's soul in your body, but that isn't the case. We know this because Kawaki never had iShhiki's soul within his body. iShhiki's soul was already within Jigen. Whenever Kawaki went into his Kawashiki state, he was never possessed by iShhiki's spirit, similar to what happened to Boruto whenever he accessed his Borushiki form. Kawaki has always had control over his body. That was never a problem for him, and there's a logical explanation for this. Let's fast forward to chapter 46 titled Predestined Fate. This is a chapter Kawaki lost his karma due to iShhiki resurrecting in Jigen's dying body. What Amado explained is that when an Otsutsuki reincarnates using a vessel, all other karma implanted in other vessels are simultaneously erased altogether, no matter how many vessels exist. I suspect it's some sort of safety feature to prevent the risk of creating duplicate copies of the same personality. What this means is that while there can be duplicate karma seals for one Otsutsuki entity, there can't be duplicate souls or personalities. So iShhiki's soul cannot exist in multiple bodies at the same time, which is why we've never seen iShhiki manifest in Kawaki the same way Momoshiki has in Boruto. Now you can say that iShhiki himself wasn't dead at the time since his physical body was still present in Jigen's brain as stated by Amado. But that would further prove my point that the karma doesn't require the soul of the Otsutsuki to be attached to the person it is extracting in for it to complete the extraction process. Now let's fast forward to chapter 59 once again, where we see Amado propose a new karma seal for Kawaki. Amado replied to Kawaki saying, "You want to protect Lord Okage, right? Then that plan is no good," referring to Boruto's plan to put his karma on Code. "You just need more power to deal with Code, enough to take him down." He then continued by saying, "You want power, don't you, Kawaki? Haven't you been thinking about that ever since you lost the karma? So take it for yourself, especially since iShhiki is gone for good. Brand new power in the form of a karma that's purely a weapon. You have the base criteria and I can make it happen." There are a few key details I want to emphasize from these panels, one being Amado saying, "So take it for yourself, especially since iShhiki is gone for good." This phrasing implies that the karma he's going to give Kawaki is in fact iShhiki's karma. Why would he need to say that iShhiki's soul is gone if this karma wasn't iShhiki's karma? What's the point? That would be a given if it was just an artificial karma that has nothing to do with iShhiki. He then followed this up by saying, "You have the base criteria and I can make it happen." which further backs up the theory since the base criteria he's referring to is iShhiki Otsutsuki's data that has been extracted in Kawaki, thus making him iShhiki's vessel even though iShhiki is no more. He then continued his conversation with Sumire after she confronted him saying, as you know, Kawaki's karma was deleted. However, as I mentioned earlier, the Otsutsuki data that was downloaded into his body still remains. In short, nothing's truly changed, or nothing has truly changed. He then says here, let's liken Kawaki as a vessel to a house. The karma would be the house's door. iShhiki's soul was the homeowner, but with the door gone, he could no longer enter the house. Meanwhile, iShhiki's lifespan runs out and his soul is extinguished. Do you see it now? Even though it has no door, the house itself still exists. And inside that house, iShhiki's power continues to sleep. I'm not able to set such a thing up from scratch, but reopening the door, that much I can do, that's all. Then Sumire replied by saying, you mean you can reconstruct Kawaki's karma? And Amado replied saying that's an apt way to put it, which basically means yes. What he said here basically solidifies this theory. He explained that Kawaki as a vessel is the house, while the karma seal is the door to that house. iShhiki is the homeowner, meaning that what is inside the house belongs to him, which is basically referring to iShhiki's power that sleeps within Kawaki as mentioned earlier. He also explained that Kawaki is unable to access the homeowner's belongings, meaning iShhiki's power, even though he is the house, because the door to that house, which is the karma, is no longer there. It would be akin to you creating an opening in your skin to access the blood housed in your body, you know, just cutting yourself or maybe scraping your skin or whatever, you know. It's somewhat like that in some way, but not exactly the same. He then says that inside that house, iShhiki's power continues to sleep. I'm not able to set such a thing up from scratch, but reopening that door, that much I can do. Then Sumire replied saying, you mean that you can reconstruct Kawaki's karma? And Amado replied basically saying yes, as I mentioned earlier. This confirms that he is not creating a brand new karma unrelated to iShhiki, because he confirmed that he's not able to do such a thing from scratch. He's basically reconstructing iShhiki's karma using the base criteria he said Kawaki already has, which is iShhiki's Otsutsuki data. And this karma is what Kawaki will use to utilize iShhiki's power that sleeps within him. So far we've confirmed that Kawaki is still iShhiki's vessel due to him being Otsutsukified. We've also confirmed that the karma seal itself is a complete copy of the Otsutsuki data or power, and that it doesn't require the Otsutsuki soul to be present in order for the extraction process to continue. So now we need to prove that the karma Kawaki now has was in fact given to him by Amado. This isn't confirmed as yet, but I think it's pretty easy to prove. If we fast forward to chapter 65 titled Karma Power and read the verbiage on the panels when Kawaki transformed, you see how everything links back to what Amado said to him when he offered him the karma. It says, is it powerlessness that is irritating you, or grief over losing the karma? So take it for yourself, especially since iShhiki is gone for good. Brand new power in the form of a karma that's purely a weapon. This is what was said to Kawaki by Amado back in chapter 59 of Boruto, word for word. Foreshadowing 101 basically. And if you're still confused as to when Kawaki took the karma from Amado, this happened back in chapter 60 of Boruto titled A Place to Belong. This is after Naruto told Kawaki that this is where he belongs, and Kawaki finally accepting that, which leads to him deciding to protect Naruto and the village itself. It is now his home and he can't allow it to be destroyed. He says in the panel that there's still one thing he can do to protect them, which would be to get the karma from Amado. This is implied by him thinking about what Amado said to him and refusing the karma, followed by him saying that there's still one thing he can do. The most logical conclusion is that he was referring to getting the karma, which was pointed out by Mello in one of his videos. Now I did say in the beginning of the video that I think it's both iShhiki's karma and scientifically engineered. I believe that Amado's plan from the beginning was to get Kawaki to a certain percentage extraction, which would be about 80% or 85%, which he's is at right now, then orchestrate iShhiki's death so that he can reconstruct Kawaki's karma with a portion of his DNA included. He will then attach his soul to this soulless version of iShhiki's karma because again, iShhiki's soul has been extinguished, and then he'll use it to resurrect within Kawaki's body. I believe that he did this so that he could gain iShhiki's powers and abilities. One specific ability would be his ability to grant wishes, which I discussed in my video on Kawaki's new dojutsu, and I basically went into iShhiki's lore and Japanese mythology and the character he was inspired by. And one thing he was inspired by was the wishing mallet or the magic mallet, which had the ability to grant wishes. This was also foreshadowed back in chapter 39 when iShhiki said that he would grant Amado's wishes soon. And he also promised this to Boro as well. So iShhiki was promising each member of the Kara group that he would grant their specific wish once he attained Kawaki's body or once he resurrected in Kawaki's body. I say this because it is likely that iShhiki needed to resurrect at full power using a perfect vessel for him to be able to use that ability, which is why he never did. And as we discussed earlier, Kawaki is still iShhiki's vessel and still has access to his powers. Amado getting control of Kawaki's body would give him control over iShhiki's dormant power as well. This theory is also backed up by Sumire questioning Amado on his true motives for giving Kawaki his karma back. I have a video on this already, so I'll just link it above and you guys can go check it out. I basically go into detail on how I came to the conclusion that Amado was scheming to take over Kawaki's body. I also used the panels to show the expressions on Sumire's face and also linked it back to things that happened prior to whatever happened, in the chapter I'm talking about right now. I think it's chapter 39 possibly. But yeah, I have a video on it. You guys can go check it out and let me know your thoughts on it as well. I didn't want to go over it in this one because it's not necessary really. It's just really going to pad the runtime. So you guys can go check out the video. It's in the card above. I'll probably drop it in the description as well. But yeah, so that brings us to the end of this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you did like the video, drop a like and also subscribe if you're new. That is really important, guys. If you're subscribed, that's awesome. Remember to hit that notification bell to be notified of all my future content. And yeah, if you have anything to say, drop a comment. As I mentioned earlier, I really want to know your thoughts on it and we can get this conversation going. So drop your comment and let me know what you guys think. Also, I wanted to formally thank you guys for actually subscribing to the channel and letting us hit 1K. I think we're at 1,023. No, I think it's 1,030 at this point in time, right? 1,030 subs. I just want to thank you guys for getting us over that 1,000 mark because that was really important to me. And it's been a long time coming. It's been 2 years, I believe. So yeah, thank you guys so much for getting us over that goal that we set. We actually set it for the end of December, but we came into January with it and we got it done. I have no problem with it. Once again, thank you guys. We're now fully monetized. I got the email on Saturday. We sent it through. Everything was finalized by Monday morning, which is pretty awesome for YouTube, right? So we got everything done by Monday morning, fully monetized and optimal, ready to go. So again, thank you guys for subscribing. It's been a great experience, trust me, and we're gonna continue as we've done in the past. We're gonna do a lot more as well, so look forward to upgraded content, look forward to more content as well. So yeah, once again, thank you guys and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.